Hello everyone, this is Bertina Amy here, and welcome to my channel. In today's video, we are doing 3 Easter DIYs, and I'm excited to announce that we are doing a collaboration with Claire's Crafty Corner. The first thing I'm going to share with you is this Easter gnome sort of mixed media painting. First, I took this 8x10 Dollar Tree canvas board. Then I took this carbon sheet shiny side down and placed that on top of the canvas board. I then took my Easter gnome template and placed that over top, and traced the template with the pencil. Once you're done tracing, go ahead and lift your sheets to see how it turned out, and if you're happy, go ahead and remove them. Then take a Sharpie and go over all your lines. Once I was done with the Sharpie going over all the lines, I decided to go ahead and add a few additional lines for the grass just to make it look like it was more connected. Then from my 24 pack of Crayola watercolor set, I pulled out the pink, a pixie cup, and a paintbrush and watered that down, and then just started painting over the majority of this Easter gnome. While the gnome is drying, I go ahead and paint the grass and the sky in the colors that I want. After letting it dry for a little bit, I go ahead and take some purple and I put it in the sky and in the hat in alternating strips. Then after letting that dry, I take my alcohol markers and I add in some more details like these lines and designs for the egg, as well as some sort of random shapes on the pink areas of the hat. For the last step, I let it dry some more, and then I go ahead and take some white acrylic paint and I water it down quite a bit, and I add in white clouds in the sky, and I go over some areas of the bunny ears and the hair for the gnome to give it more of a white, faded white bunny ears and faded white hair of the gnome. Once the white paint has dried, go ahead and take your Sharpie and go over any lines that you feel that need to be fixed up. I also added some additional grass lines in a green alcohol marker, and I added gray dash marks to the fuzzy areas of the gnome with the ears and the beard and things, just to give it more of that look that I'm going for, which is fuzzy and cute. For this next DIY, I did this Easter gnome pen pal. I took a wooden spool and a wooden dowel cap and I glued those together, making sure that the holes line up. Then I cut up some pink fuzzy fabric from a pink sock from the Dollar Tree to create the outfit for this gnome and the gnome's hat. I didn't have any brown yarn on hand, so I decided to use this purple yarn instead that's dual tone, and I thought this gave this gnome a very modern look. I created strands of the purple hair by combining a couple of strands together using a poly band, and then I decided to take some strands to create braids for both sides. I made sure to glue a wooden bead to be the nose for this gnome, and covering the holes with the outfit as well as the gnome's hair and the brim of her hat. I decided to glue on a brim for this hat just to make it more finished looking. When creating the hat, I made sure to glue the edges and then turn it inside out and then attached it to the gnome afterwards. And then I took a poly band to make a ball at the end of the hat by wrapping it around a few times. I then took scrap purple yarn that I used for the hair and made a sort of yarn bow at the top of the hat. I picked up a pack of these felt stickers with bunny faces and bunny paws and decided to use the ears to create ears for this Easter gnome. I added a dab of glue to the bottom of the ears and then pinched them with my fingers, and then attached some narrow scrap fuzzy pink fabric over the top of the head of the Easter bunny and used that to create a brim and went all the way around to the back of the hat. Once finished, I decided to put her on a purple paper mate pen. And there you have your Easter gnome pen pal. For this last Easter DIY, I decided to do a DIY Dollar Tree Easter basket. All supplies used for these 3 projects will be listed in the description box below. I picked out this style of an Easter basket from the Dollar Tree. I start out by taking these felt sheets, selecting 3 colors, and going ahead and cutting them up into 1-inch strips long ways. Then I hot glued them onto the basket, going around the basket in some kind of a pattern. I then took these purple gingham bunnies and glued them just below the handles just to cover up the gaps on the outside of the basket. Then I took at least one of these bunny tails and decided to upgrade the paws by using a set of the larger paws from the felt sticker paws and faces. I just secured the original paws in place with hot glue and then glued the larger paws over top that. Then I took these headbands with bunny ears and cut the ears off to help create my own ears for this basket. The inside of the ear has this hard piece of plastic that I'm not a fan of for my little girl, so I go ahead and just cut out the fabric, and then I'm going to use pipe cleaners instead for the inside. And I take 2 pipe cleaners, twist them together, curve them and twist the ends, and then repeat that process with another set so that I have 2 for the ears. I also cut the gingham fabric off the ear, and then I just draw a new set of ears, just eyeballing it, and then taking one, cutting it out, and then using that as a pattern to cut out a second one so that they're even. And then I glue that down onto the backside of the fuzzy fabric, making sure not to seal the very bottom of it so that I could actually go ahead and put the pipe cleaners I created inside to make them bendable. Because I don't want the backside of the fuzzy fabric to show through, I go ahead and add glue along the edges, create a seam by folding over the fuzzy fabric so that it looks seamless between the inside and the outside of the ears. So I go ahead and test out the placement of these ears by putting it next to the basket just to see where I want it laid out. Once I'm happy with where I'm going to place the ears, I go ahead and add glue to the bottom of the ears and pinch them so that way they create folds that I'm looking for in the ears. Then I seal up the bottom of the ears with some more hot glue. And here I'm cutting out felt circles to cover the bottom of the basket as well as the inside of the basket. And then I'm taking some more felt and cutting up wide sheets so that they fit the inside width of the basket, and then I'm hemming up the sides and then gluing the hemmed side to the top of the inside of the basket. Here's me going ahead and cutting out the second circle for the inside of the basket, and then I go ahead and redo the bottom part of the circle as well because I wanted it to be wider to cover up any imperfections of the way the strips were wrapped around the basket. Once all the felt sheets are glued on the circles and the inside part of the basket, then you can embellish it with some more of those felt gingham bunnies just below the handles. Then go ahead and make tunnels on the inside part of the felt fabric inside the basket, and go ahead and add glue and stick your bunny ears in the tunnels. Lastly, I took this ribbon from Dollar Tree and went ahead and wrapped it around with glue onto the handles. And I created mini bows using the same ribbon as well as some other purple ribbon I had on hand. I created the bow off camera and then went ahead and attached the tail off camera as well. What do you guys think? I would love to know which project was your favorite. Please let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, and subscribe for more, and we'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.